Welcome back to the channel. Chill, you ain't know I have votes. Relax.
I ain't know you.
Don't do that. We are excited to make more content for you guys. We got a juicy topic for today. I think it's juicy anyway.
Alright, well, first things first, I just want to say I'm having trouble, bro. Because I'm in a place right now where I feel like my advice isn't being reciprocated in the right way. When somebody tells me a problem, of course, my first thing is like, I want to help.
Right.
But at the same token, it's like, how many times you gonna tell me the same shit until I'm like...
so it's the same... You're giving advice for the same situation over and over and over.
But you're looking for me to tell you what you want to hear in order for it to be good advice. I don't want to be rude, of course, like...
Nah. At some point, you got to ask them, what are you looking for? I understand you're going through this. You came to me plenty of times. Right. We had this conversation plenty of times. What's not changing? Are you actually taking my advice, or are you just talking? I mean, you don't got to say it like that, but ultimately, that's what it is.
But when it's going through your head, is it something that should be said?
Yeah,
2022 now, so like...
2022, there's no reason to...
I don't want to sugarcoat nothing. Like... This is what it is. I'm tired of because I'm always the nice guy in the situation to a point where it's like, oh, I'm gonna go to Kalil because I know he's gonna help me hear what I want to hear. Because sometimes I'll say things maybe
just to get it out the way. Look, I know you want to hear this. I'm gonna tell you this.
But on the same hand, because it's this, that, and third. But I'm not leading with it. But for now on, I think that I'm just strictly. You're acting stupid.
Yes, yeah, you're being stupid. You're acting stupid. You know better. Why are you still doing the same thing?
Yeah, and it's hard for me because I'm a type of person where, you know me for a long ass time. I don't always come with my struggle and my pain.
Yeah.
Like,
barely.
Until you bring something up, it's kind of like, all right, well, then I'm in a place where I feel like I can do it. But a lot of times, I handle my situations by myself.
Yeah. At least for us, because I'm the same way. Most of the time, only time I'm looking for advice from anybody is if probably coming to you or Big.
That's it.
Because I can't necessarily trust everybody with information, because you start going to people for advice and you finally become vulnerable, then all of a sudden you're weak. All of a sudden, you show somebody a side of you that's precious. And they take advantage of that, like, no. Now all of a sudden you're always weak. Now all of a sudden you always can't make your mind up, or now all of a sudden you always don't know what to do.
Like it's been happening the whole time.
Like all of a sudden I just been doing that all these years and I haven't. So if I got an issue, I'm not telling nobody. And if I get to a point where I have to tell somebody, it's gonna be one of y'all. Because you can't trust them. People are. Their energy is that's the evil,
bro.
Evil,
it's super evil, and I'm glad that you said vulnerability, bro, because that's what you're doing. Whenever you're letting people know about your hurt and your pain, you're at your most vulnerable state.
Yeah.
And you'll realize it very fast that they're taking that and running with it a whole nother direction. You think that it's help because they're talking to you about it.
Right.
Let you guys stop being friends. Let you guys stop being cool. Let a falling out happen in general.
Even if y'all are still friends.
That shit
Somebody's going to hear about that. Somebody else is going to hear about that.
Yo,
and
bro,
they have
how's
no
you
business.
Whoa, how do
you know that? Okay. Because I only told one other person.
Right.
That's what y'all not understand. That's what people don't understand. If you're the type of person where you don't care, there's nothing wrong with that. You know, if you can ask multiple people for advice, you go to multiple people for advice for the same situation just to get multiple opinions.
Right.
Hey, man. Good for you.
Absolutely.
I know for a fact I'm not going to be able to do that. That's just not me. I don't have that in me. I will be my own therapist before I go and talk to somebody that I either never really talk to or just don't necessarily trust. I don't have that in me. For the people who are like us, you only got a certain section of people that can hear what you got going on.
Sometimes not even that. We got to talk about that then, bro, too. Because at the same token, it's easy to talk about the people because there's a lot of people that love getting advice. There's a lot of people that love branching out and figuring out things. But for the vast majority of people that can't, are we healthy doing it the way that we do it? Going day by day, knowing that we're going through shit. And even, oh my, this kills me. When you're going through a problem, you're not saying nothing about it. Somebody comes to you with a bullshit ass problem.
Yo.
Doesn't even limit to yours.
Yeah, what you got going on.
And you don't bring it up at all because you're just like, you have no fucking idea
what I'm
tripped off the bus earlier. Okay. Where's my dad? Yeah, I'm just kidding. Shout out my dad.
Yo, no, real shit. He said shout out my dad. He said sure about that.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. The scale you're trying to put it on, because it really is like that.
We're here for the people that like are having a hard trouble finding anybody to branch out to. Yeah. So is it healthy for us though?
No.
It's not.
I can be honest and say it's not healthy. Now, what I will say is everybody's built differently, and your past plays a big part in how you handle stuff now. Mm-hmm. The guidance you were given before plays a part in how you handle being on your own with your own advice. If you get to a point where it is too much and you realize that it's not for you, go to like somebody that's professional, somebody who's literally not allowed to say anything about what you got going on. If you're good with dealing with stuff by yourself, if you're that person, not saying I'm good at it, but
doing this for a long time.
Yeah, I got a little bit of control over what I got going on. You are your own therapist. I was doing it today. I ain't even gonna stunt. I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. I was looking in the mirror today because there's a lot of stuff I want to do, and there's a lot of stuff I make excuses for. There's a lot of stuff going on in my life that I got to deal with, and I can't make an excuse for it, but I just keep making excuses for it. So I literally had to stop myself and tell myself, what are you looking for? What are you going to do about it? And how are you going to get it done? Because
you're stuck.
You're stuck. You want somebody to do it for you? It's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen. You got to go out there and get it. And I'm glad that you said that. Go ahead and talk to somebody.
Go get help. Do not be embarrassed about getting help, because this shit is essential. And first video was my fault. I keep cutting you off. First video is day-to-day mental health. That plays a part in that.
Absolutely.
That if you cannot think straight, clear, all the way to the end, how are you supposed to help yourself?
You start seeing everything, and you start to navigate you a little bit differently. And this is one thing I want to say for the black community in general. We do not go get professional help. And I think that we are swayed off of it a little bit. And this is from somebody that actually went to go see a therapist and things, because I have a lot of things going on, PTSD. I've been in a lot of situations where
you got bad anxiety too.
Very bad anxiety, bro. So I got suggested to go, and like everybody, I say, oh, I'm not going to go get help. Like, I'm perfectly fine. No, I'm going to drink every day, man, there. Right. Just to figure it out, but it's not the way.
Not the way at all.
And once you finally do talk to somebody and you realize that these are professionals, this is what they're paid to do, and you're able to navigate and find the perfect person for your situation and what you got going on, and you can vent to them and not feel judged, and they're giving you perfect advice. They're giving you everything that you need to move forward. To go back to what you're saying, your mental health, that's where it all counts. And don't be afraid to do it, man. And we can't stress that stuff enough, man.
There's no reason to be embarrassed of taking care of yourself. And it goes farther than taking care of your skin. It goes farther than what you eat.
On the physical.
It goes farther than
a little bit more emotional.
We're talking because your mental plays a part with your emotional. Mm-hmm. And if you don't take care of your mental, your emotional will be fucked up. Super. If you don't take care of your emotional, your mental will be fucked up. You can be physically fine all the time. Mm-hmm. The days where you get caught on the edge of the table and you flip out, you need to be reevaluated, because something's going on, something's bothering you enough that you getting caught on the table, even though you're rushing it, you're not supposed to be rushing. That should not be enough to send you into a rage.
Right.
You gotta get help.
Absolutely. And it's just like, for the people that downplaying what we're saying and kind of don't agree with it, well, how would I look if I lost my mind and I'm on the corner going crazy, talking shit about people that went and got themselves fixed? You could lose it. You could very much lose it. And I see it all the damn time. People start to lose their freaking mind.
Yeah.
Because
literally
they're scared to reach out. And if you're watching this and you're going through anything, please know.
Go get help.
We can't stress that shit enough, man. But that goes back to like your advice. Like, you could get to that point if you don't take the necessary steps. I know I got a little bit of outfield. When it comes to helping people, I just want to know, if I reach out to you, B, 6 days off the week,
right,
about the same scenario, and you felt you gave me maybe the first 2 days, you were like, because you didn't get the chance to process it the way I had a million times in my head. Where do you draw the line and tell me what I need to hear rather than per se what I want to hear? Or do you do that at all?
I draw the line when I have found a conclusion to every single time you brought it up. So I would say 3. If I could come up with 3 other solutions, or if I gave you 3 sets of advice for the same situation, you're not even trying at this point. If I go to you and I ask you, I don't know how to draw. Can you show me how to draw this? And you show me how to draw it.
Right.
Then I go home, I try it the way you showed me. It doesn't work out. I come back and ask you to show me another way. Mm-hmm. You show me another way. I go and I try it, but it doesn't work out. And I come back and I ask you again, can you show me another way? You show me another way. Now you gave me 3 different sets of ways to draw.
Right.
I go back, I try every single one of them, and I come back to you for the fourth time. What goes on in my head is you didn't take any notes.
And didn't practice it.
You didn't practice. You didn't take any notes. You didn't practice. You just took the first way I showed you. You tried it. It didn't work the way you wanted it to. So you came back for more advice. I gave you another set of advice. You go back, you tried it, but you didn't try it long enough. You only tried it one time. It didn't necessarily go out the way you wanted. So you come back for more advice. I give you another set of advice, probably some advice I just came up with. I give it to you. You go back. You just try it one time. One time is not enough to say.
Not enough.
It's not working.
Or to keep it in your mind for one time. Repetition makes perfect. You got to keep going over and over and over in your head, because if not, you don't get the full effect of it. It's like if you're teaching me how to play ball, another example, if you teach me how to play ball and you say, go out there, here's your form, keep doing this. Right. And I go out there for 1 hour. What did I think the next time I go play?
My form's gonna be perfect?
Practice makes perfect. You gotta keep going. So when you're hearing this people's advice, because obviously you came to me for a reason.
Yeah, right.
So if you're coming to me for a reason, that means you want to take in my advice. And if that's the case, take it in fully and live it.
You're better off coming back asking about the advice I just gave you versus asking for new advice about the same shit you just brought me. Right. Like if I give you some advice, just to go back to your example of go out and you shoot for an hour, and then the next time you play basketball, your first 3 shots might look the way they used to, but guess what's going to happen? Your muscles, and you didn't learn enough, you didn't do it enough, so muscle memory, you're going to go right back to how you was shooting before. It's not going to look the same. Right. So if I give you advice, you go try it one time, it doesn't work the way you wanted to, but you give up on the advice, you don't try it again. What did you expect to happen? Of course, you're going to end up right back where you started. I'd rather you come back and ask me, yo, when you said this, this, and this, what if I did this, this, and this? Instead of you asking for a brand new set of advice, because what did you even try? Right.
Or exactly, just to piggyback on it, how do I emulate this to my life? Like, you gave me the advice and I want to take it in, but sometimes I don't know how to. Right. What are some steps that I could take to move forward with that? Because you have to think it, you have to live it, you have to. It has to all come together all as one. It has to be a part of that. Will complete the change. And just believe me when I tell you that the change is going to come. You're not stuck in the miserable spot forever. You're not stuck in that down state forever. Like, everything's going to keep going. Everything keeps moving. And you got to know that.
Temporary.
It's all temporary, man.
It's temporary. If you be consumed by what happens right now for the rest of your life, there's no way you can end up out of it. They say when you end up in quicksand, you're not supposed to move fast because you sink faster. So when you're in a situation you don't know what the hell is going on, you're not supposed to panic. You're not supposed to go crazy because the first thing you tried didn't work or the second thing you tried didn't work. What you're supposed to do is slow the hell down, figure out what's actually going on around you, and evaluate the ways out. You're going to actually get out. The more you struggle, the more you cause havoc on your own self and your own mind, you're going to sink and sink and sink and eventually suffocate yourself.
It's over with. You're absolutely right. Because I felt bad. There was a point of the conversation where the particular person told me, I just wanted your advice, because I'm just like, at this point, stop. If you don't fucking stop, you're going for destruction. Yeah. Staying negative never worked, ever, for nobody.
No one.
Nobody was successful out of negativity. Once you feel that positive, you gotta go to it immediately. You cannot be stuck into this low level room of negativity where you just don't get nothing out of it and think you're just gonna pull this shit out your ass. Right. It's never gonna happen. Never. So my thing is like this. Think positive. One, before your outcome, before your situation, you need to think positive in order to get positive results. Yeah. So
there it is.
My first thought process is, well, I want to get out of this situation. Well, what did you do earlier that day? Were you positive throughout the day for that to make it a positive outcome? Or are you waiting for something to fucking hit you in the head and that's positivity?
No, that's positivity.
Yeah. Right. It doesn't work like that, man. You got to think positive. And life will be positive. Well, that's how I feel about that.
You only attract what you want. Whatever kind of energy you're putting out is what you're going to get back.
Absolutely.
I didn't learn that until I started messing with electricity. Yeah. The reason why you have you have 2 batteries in your remote, is because you have to go up one way to receive it the other way. So if you put the same energy in, you're going to get the same energy out. You got one side, then you got the other side. Why do you think they're on opposite sides? Because you have to put it in to get it out the other side. You like that? That was good. No, that was amazing. I just thought about that, but it really is. If you think about it, you're your own 360 circle. anytime you have a bump in your 360 circle, you're the one that has to refocus it. If you don't do that, you won't get anything back because you're not even taking care of yourself.
Nope.
Who's going to take care of you if you don't take care of yourself? I was told, I think my dad told me that when I was 14.
Yeah.
13 or 14 years old, I got caught spray painting, vandalizing somebody's property.
I remember that.
The cops came and all that. My dad showed up. He said, you know what? I'll take care of this. He made us apologize to the owners. He took me home. Everything was regular. I'm in the room. I'm sitting by myself because I knew I was wrong. He comes back and he says, you have to think about everything that you're doing because at some point, you're going to be all you have.
Right.
And if you don't take care of you, who's going to take care of you? Honestly, you can't depend on anybody to take care of you except for yourself. You're the only source of care.
Yeah.
Like, you have to make shit important enough for you. Your mental health has to be important to you.
Absolutely.
Nobody's going to care.
Who's going to set the things up in your life in the straightest form for you other than yourself?
Other than you. Nobody knows truly what you want except for you. You know what you want. You know how to get there. And you know, a lot of people try to act like they don't know when bullshit is bullshit.
They stick through it.
That's another thing we could talk about too. Your gut feeling versus your mind. Is it really a battle or is it the same thing? How do you get a gut feeling? Understand that it's a gut feeling in your mind, but you just still go with the alternative that your mind made up.
Because it's not. That's just a alternative thought that you have. I feel like when people say like I should have won. Yeah, it's just a simple thought process of going through multiple things in your head over and over again. When people say, "Oh, I should have went with my gut," you should have went with that other thought.
Yeah. You
had a choice or a chance to make it the right way and just haven't done it. I've been victim of calling it a gut feeling too as well, but now that I'm thinking about it, now that I'm getting older, it's not a gut feeling. This is all my thought process. You have to analyze everything, especially when you feel like there's something wrong where a problem arises a little bit. You gotta go through it a million times, especially for the people out there with anxiety like me. You're going to analyze this shit about a million times in even less than like a minute.
Yeah.
So that's what it is. It's not really just your gut per se. It's kind of like, oh, well, what if I do this? Or maybe I should do this, but this wouldn't add up to this. I feel like the best result is take a deep breath.
Slow
it down. What's going to happen if this is my action? What is my outcome? That should be the gut feeling, per se. You know what I mean? I feel like you just got to break it down a little bit and stop making repulsive decisions.
Yeah.
And stop getting put in positions to make repulsive decisions.
Yeah.
A lot of times, like, people are like, oh, well, I can't go here because I got to do this, and you lining too many things up at once. If you just slow it down, what is my next move? How am I going to go about this shit?
Your initial thought is the thought. That's the thought you should work with. That's the only thought you should work with.
Oh, you're going with the first thought.
100%. Now, I will say this. If my first thought is here, I do have a web. Because like earlier I said, there's a couple different things you got to think about when it comes to certain stuff. Probably like 10 seconds. I'm going to do this, but if this happens, this is what I'm going to do. When you make a decision about something and you half-step it, is the reason why you run into shit. You ain't where you're supposed to be because you're halfway stepping. Like, you're not taking the whole step. So you should be 10 steps down the road. You're only 5. Of course you're not. Of course you're going to run into something. Right. If you don't go when the light's green, who's beeping at you? The person behind you, because you're in their way. Yeah. They're worried about them. They're not worried about you. They're worried about why are you not moving, and it's time to move. Get the fuck on. Another issue that people have to deal with is learning when you're actually helping somebody and learning when you're being taken advantage of. There's a difference between the two. That goes with any damn thing. Everybody had to deal with that at some point where it's like, am I actually helping you, or am I just doing this because you know I'm gonna do it? I'm that kind of person that if you need me to do it, I'm gonna do it. So am I actually helping you, or am I doing this for you? Now you have to learn to separate the two from doing stuff for people and just actually helping them and being there for them. Being there for somebody is helping them by telling them that you ain't doing this shit, so that way they know, okay, it's time for me to get my shit together. Obviously they called on. Only problem with that is people think since you don't do it for them no more that it's a problem. You know, that you don't like them no more, or there's something wrong with it.
Very simple. Like
those small
if we all go towards realistic and truthfulness, it shouldn't be a problem.
It shouldn't be a problem at all.
You should never feel like, okay, you might be rubbing me wrong. You got them type of people in your life, by the time to make that decision.
You shouldn't be there.
You might have to go out of there. But for the most part, like you said, like we got us. And we know for a fact, when it comes to us, our advice is going to be the best advice for us.
Yeah, because I would want somebody to give me the best advice.
Absolutely. And just vice versa, man.
So why would I give you the wrong advice knowing that it's not going to work?
Mm-hmm.
That's the last reason why people come to me and ask me, or just suggestions or alternatives to what they should do. Like, all right, if it was you, what would you do?
Right.
And when I give advice, it's not, this is what I would do.
Facts.
When I give advice, it's, if I was you, this is what I would do.
Yeah, because you're not speaking from my perspective per se all the way, because I'm not in your shoes.
Yeah, I only partially know what's going on.
Especially for me, I'm an empath, so I live every scenario that somebody tells me about.
Yeah, you feel all that.
I feel it immediately. As soon as you tell me, I kind of know what's going on, and
like we switch bodies or something.
Exactly. For the most part, I'm giving advice from your standpoint, and that's how it should be.
That's exactly how.
Whether you're like that or not,
right.
You're giving advice to that person for that reason. Stop giving advice for people from your perspective and your way of thinking, situation that you have in your life, because you're not living their life. A lot of people don't know how to differentiate that a lot. In a nutshell, bro, because this is the biggest problem for a lot of people in my life right now. Relationships. Relationship problems.
Yeah, it's tough.
It seems like it's the hardest shit to deal with in our generation. And I'm not going to say it hasn't happened in the past and say that's not going to happen in the future, but it just seems like we are not getting it. We're not understanding it.
We don't get it because we don't want to. We just like the way the shit looks. We don't actually want it.
We're going for the image rather than the feeling.
We'd rather be able to say, I'm with this person, and you're only doing it to make somebody else jealous. Don't be with that person. And it's not that hard.
No, it's really not.
When I say it's not that hard, that's just what I mean. It's not that hard. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying it's not hard. I'm saying it's not that hard. Like, it's not that hard to be like, okay, obviously this motherfucker ain't interested.
Nope.
Let me just worry about something completely different. It is hard. I'm not saying it's easy.
Never.
But I'm saying, how hard is it to actually focus on something else, like yourself? How hard is it to focus on something else, like your family? How hard is it to focus on something else, like what you need to get done, what you actually want to accomplish? Nobody wants to be in a relationship right now. You can't tell me otherwise. I don't care what nobody says.
I just said this shit 2 months ago.
Nobody wants to be in a relationship right now. Maybe because it's cool, yeah, you might want somebody to fucking lay next to, but that's not a relationship. That's a situationship. Like, you just want to be.
There's a big difference too.
Right now. Let's do this right now because I need you right now. Yeah. But when it's time to go, don't act like me and you are connected.
No, hell no.
We ain't. This was just for right now. Relationships, that's my opinion right now. Nobody wants to be in a relationship.
What I'm gonna say is, rather than say we don't want it, I feel like we should say we don't want to put the work in for it. Because it's a job. Somebody made a good suggestion to me and they said, well, why don't you just change up everything you're doing if what you've been doing before isn't obviously working?
Change up every single thing?
That might not be right.
No. If you have to change anything about you for somebody else.
But it's not, but you have to accommodate too, bro. It gotta be some type of accommodation.
Accommodation and changing are completely different things. They're synonyms.
Well, the accommodation might be a change of something.
Of something that has nothing to do with you, your entire makeup.
I don't know about that, bro.
Bro, if you think one way.
All right.
Somebody else thinks another way, and there's no way for y'all to come to an agreement. What are you actually accommodating? Are you agreeing to disagree, or are you just changing the fact that you believe in something for this person?
There might be instances where you have to agree to disagree for a certain situation, but there's also times where you feel like they're not budging, and my scenario for it might not be as serious as yours. So if I could change this for you to make this relationship better, it could possibly happen.
How many times do you...
I ain't saying change every goddamn thing. I'm saying it could be something little.
That's what it sounds like.
It does sound like that.
If y'all are not willing to accommodate with each other, you are changing who you are for that person because they are not accommodating shit for you.
Yeah.
There's a difference. There's synonyms for a reason. If y'all are both accommodating for one another, that's what you need to do. Agree to disagree. Y'all both should be agreeing to disagree, or y'all both shouldn't be agreeing to disagree. There is no, okay, I get it. Okay, I get it. okay, I get it.
Yeah.
But there's nothing from this side because you want to stay who you are, but I'm not supposed to stay who I am so that way I can be with you. Yeah. How are we supposed to be together if you don't want to understand where I'm coming from? That's all that matters.
Understanding and changing is two different things, bro.
Just like understanding, changing, and accommodation are three different things.
It's like a downfall effect. It's like the dominoes are dropping. This is going to start happening. But my thing is like this, bro. If you're not willing to accept the change, and I'm sticking with change right now.
Yeah.
Not, you feel me?
Yeah.
If you're not willing to accept the change, right, then that means what you're looking for is you. You're looking for your mindset. You're looking for your way of living. You're looking for everything that you do.
Right.
And you're only looking for that. So I understand if that's your priority and that's the way that your standards are going to be set, then by all means, it's going to happen. I hope.
What do you think?
But realistically, everybody's different. You're not going to find a perfect person. You get what I'm saying? So like, there's going to be certain things where like she has all these things, but she's missing a little bit of this. I can't deal with it. Because I'm not willing to risk the change.
Now that's accommodating.
But what if it hasn't, the accommodation, that's a change then?
That's only one thing. You just said you got it all going on and there's one thing that bothers you. If you can't accommodate one thing.
I should say one thing.
I would say more than 5.
Yo, in a relationship, you're going to have to change like...
You're going to have to change a lot of shit.
Damn near 100 things. Damn near 100, even if it's little things. Yo, I like to take my shoes off right here. She keeps moving them over here.
Okay.
That's a change.
Yeah.
It's like little small steps to get to like the bigger picture. You know what I'm saying?
That's definitely a change.
But it's like little things. And maybe when I say change, you're thinking big term and long term things. But
I'm thinking permanent. If you change something for somebody else, I think that's permanent. Because you will never go back to doing something because you know that they don't like doing that. You know that they don't like that. So if you are willing to stop doing
this... I'm scarred by change. I'm not going to lie to you. Scarred to the bone. I'm scarred by change. I told myself I had to start thinking for myself. Because if I don't, I'm going to stay miserable. And I can't stay in that position no more. I had to start earlier, right? And did you ever have to change who you were around somebody's family?
No.
See, I had to. I had to change my whole character in order to fit in with somebody's family. And I thought to myself, that's not a way to live, bro.
It's not. Because then, who are you?
Who are you? You don't even know who you are because now I got to switch up every time I see you.
Yeah, you lose yourself. If you have to do that, then you're not who they think you are.
No, absolutely not.
Which is fine. But you're not doing anything besides hurting yourself. Because you're going to continue to change and change and change and change. And then one day you're going to look at yourself and realize, I don't recognize you.
Nope.
I don't know who you are. And then there's going to be that one time where you're like, you know what? I'm not changing anymore. Everybody's like, who's that?
Oh, he's acting different. No.
He's acting different. That's
I've been
not
acting different.
Acts.
Now I'm acting the same.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. I've been acting different. This is who I am. This is who I'm going to be. That's what I mean. When I say accommodate, I mean, I need you to be okay with how I am around your folks. I need you to not make that decision for me to not say something. I need you to make that decision for me not to act a certain kind of way. If we're going somewhere, you shouldn't have to tell me, be on your best behavior.
Right.
If we're going somewhere, you shouldn't have to tell me, watch your mouth. We're going somewhere, you shouldn't have to tell me anything. If we're going somewhere, only thing you should be able to say is, are you okay? Are you comfortable?
Absolutely.
That's accommodating for me because you know this is not a part of me. This is not how I am. This is not how I act. But I'm willing to do this. I'm accommodating for you by coming here. And you should accommodate for me by being my support system, asking me if I'm okay, if I'm comfortable. Because if I can tell you no and I'm not, we should never end up back in this situation. I'm not saying I'm not going to fulfill this right now, this moment that we're in, because we're already here.
Right.
Let's get this over with because I'm here for you. You know, this is what I'm going to do for you. I want you to know I'm willing to go to this extent, but I'm also going to let you know this conversation, this event system should never happen again. If it does, you're the only one changing because they don't care to keep putting you in the same situation.
No.
That's what I mean by change instead of accommodate.
Absolutely. And I love that you said that. Instead of saying be on your best behavior or act a certain way through a certain situation, it should be from the jump. Be yourself. Let them see what I see.
Right. Let them see who I'm with.
Exactly, because that's what they're here for in the first place. Let me get a view of this guy. Like, let me see how he is and see how things are going to go forward. Because you don't have to, everybody doesn't have to like you.
Yeah, it don't matter.
They don't have to like you. So just be yourself, and the ones that attach to you are going to attach to you. And the ones that are not supposed to, they're not.
Even if none of them do, the only reason why you ended up there is because the one person there likes you. That's the one person you're with, and that's all that matters.
All that fucking matters.
Y'all gotta get over all these outside resources having an opinion on what y'all got going on. They're not the ones in the relationship. When you go home, you with your woman, you with your man, it's just y'all. When y'all link up, when y'all talking every single day, it's just y'all. There is nobody else. It's not a group chat.
Yeah.
It's just y'all talking back and forth. So it shouldn't matter what anybody else is seeing. It shouldn't matter what anybody else is doing. All that shit, honestly, all that stuff needs to be checked anyway.
Simple. Like, just
all that needs to be checked anyway. You can't have an opinion on what's going on over here.
Nope.
Until you meet him or her.
And that starts with like a solid foundation.
It's that simple. Like, you don't understand. Like, for me personally,
simple.
It's simple. No opinion at all. If you're going to give me an opinion, I need you to be respectful. It's just that simple. If your opinion is not respectful, I don't want to hear it because I'm not going to be respectful when I talk back to you.
That's a fact.
It's just that simple. I don't know if I've ever. I might have let it happen one time, and I was younger. I don't think I've ever heard any feedback or anybody say anything.
No,
I never had to worry about none of that. I will smack the shit out of you in the middle of your sentence. Don't bring nothing up about my girl. You understand? That's me. That's all me.
That's a fact.
And I appreciate you coming, but it's the way
you're willing to start at a fucking solid foundation. A lot of people are not willing to start there. Let's start at home before we start branching out. And that's why I don't like when people rush into these like month-long relationships, this, that, and the third. I don't even give a damn if you were in a relationship for 40 fucking years. If you don't know the person full in and out about everything, then why are you in a relationship at all? They're setting these up. Yeah, it's a setup for the jump, bro. It has to be.
It's a setup.
Like, and I hate that people are like, oh, I don't like the talking stage. That's the best fucking stage because you're getting ready to learn a lot about the person, and don't close your eyes to what you're seeing. Oh, this is great about them, but I don't like this. But I'm just going to shut that shit out because this is a little good. Fuck no. Stay on your morals and stay what's true to you.
That's it. Stand on that.
And
stand on that.
Come on, man. We got to set a fucking foundation.
Stand on that.
Please.
Stand on that.
At some point.
Oh, it's temporary.
It's all temporary, bro.
Temporary shit. That's exactly what it is.
It's fucking temporary.
It's temporary. We went on a little fender bender.
Shit got super real.
Shit just got real personal.
The shit just got super real. And this is why I want y'all to know from the jump. When you're watching this, I don't care if we even throw this in the front. When you're watching this, please understand that we're coming from real fucking experiences and life things that are happening to us. I'm not trying to be somebody that I'm not.
Nope, this shit is
in
raw.
order to get views. We're literally talking to help motherfuckers just like us, or people that think or that are trying to learn to think like people like us. You understand what I'm saying? Like, this shit just got super real, and y'all don't even understand that. Like, we kept it going just for the sake that the camera's on. Like, I damn near turn this shit off.
Yeah, real shit though.
Please understand our fucking pain, and men pain in general. Men pain in general. Please understand our fucking pain. Y'all dismiss us so much. Y'all bash us so much. There's so many songs, fuck niggas, and all this other crazy stuff. We hear this on a daily basis. We hear from our mom sometimes. We hear from our dad sometimes. We hear from our family sometimes. It's fuck niggas, fuck niggas, fuck niggas. Y'all throw us down and beat us up so much and wonder why we stick together as close as we do. I just seen a post where people say, why are niggas so loyal to their homies? We're not doing nothing crazy to each other. Y'all are fucking us up on a daily basis. We're not supposed to have feelings. We're supposed to be the breadwinner and take care of every fucking goddamn thing. We're supposed to provide everything that you guys need. We're supposed to just shut the fuck up. We're supposed to just be the most manliest person in the world. Beat the shit out of everybody that comes across our... There's so many fucking things that we got, and all we're asking for you guys is to be there for us.
My thing is simple. If you could ask me for something, I should be able to ask for it back in return. Or you should already be doing it. This is us. This is what we do. When we have conversations, this is what we do. We talk about shit we don't even want to talk about, but we do it.
For about 4... They don't know that we walked for about 4 fucking hours one day in the snow. They came up to our fucking ankles to talk about feelings. That's men that y'all say are emotionalists.
Bro, I forgot all about that, to be honest.
Walked for like 4 fucking hours and stayed outside just to talk about the shit that we're going through. But we don't have emotions.
We're not allowed to have
let them tell us we don't feel shit.
We emotionless. And you know what's crazy? Emotions don't make you weak.
No.
The action behind your emotion makes you weak.
Man, listen.
You're allowed to feel whatever you want to feel. You can feel however you want to feel. You're supposed to. You're a human being.
Human being.
I don't care how gangster, how thuggish. I don't give a damn about none of that. How hood you are, I don't care about none of that.
We all gonna feel something.
You're going to feel something. You can keep it player all you want. Your feelings are still hurt. That's the whole reason why I got to keep it player.
Absolutely.
Dummy. So feel how you want to feel, because nobody's going to stop you from that. That's what you do after you feel how you feel is what makes you soft. Or
the action determines the person.
It's just that simple.
The emotion doesn't determine the person. We're all emotionally bound fucking people.
That's
Can we do this one time?
That's another thing.
Respectfully, fuck you. Respectfully, fuck you. We're keeping the smiles on.
Yeah.
We're really...
The whole time.
Yo, you kind of don't even know what the fuck is going on, honestly.
You don't even know the half. You might know a quarter.
Because motherfuckers is trying to change their goddamn lives. But realistically, stand on business should be a definition right here. Stand on business right there. And that's it, and that's all. And motherfuckers take that shit for granted sometimes. Sometimes they forget, I guess, but...
God, they have to forget. There's no other explanation.
I told you that all the time, bro. Some people just don't know who you are.
Yeah, they don't. Just because...
I feel the same with me. Sometimes people just don't know who I am. You're just like... Oh, he acts this way right now, so this is him. It has to be him.
Yeah. Everybody always says you're respectful and
that's all we get.
Honorable, and the whole time I'm crazy. I'm mentally not there all the way.
No.
I don't have it all.
Beat the shit out you
badly. Like I've been slamming niggas since I was 12. This shit is nothing new. I just don't do it no more because I don't have to.
Grew up a little bit, so we don't.
I'm not throwing bikes at niggas no more. I'm not doing that.
Been to jail. When you go to jail, you wake up and realize that like what people, the norm of tough is not the norm of tough. There's somebody that's in jail right now for the rest of their lives, and they're the most respectable person you'll probably ever meet, because it doesn't make you fucking tough. You are a lot of these people are chasing the person that's acting tough until they bump into us, and we see the most respectful person that they ever fucking been in their life. Yeah. Oh, who such and such that's tough as hell? We just seen him at Redner's. Didn't he shout us out and give us handshakes like a man?
Right. This is
got yelled at for acting. Yo, young boy, pull your pants up.
There's a shirt and shit that's not happening. It's not happening. Yo, why are you talking to your mom like that?
Facts.
I don't give a fuck if I don't know you or not.
Right or wrong.
Why are you talking to your mom like that? If there's an issue, go get your fucking brother, your nephew. I don't care who you gotta go get, but you're being disrespectful, and I'm gonna say something to you. I don't care. It's not happening while I'm standing right here. I'm not listening to none of that. I'm not going through none of that. Take that shit up with somebody else.
Yo, morals go a long way. Like, and our morals are set to a standard of one thing and one thing only. It's only respect over here.
That's it.
Respect is what gets you far in life. We respect each other. We respect our family. We respect everything about us. It gotta be that. And once that shit goes out of our realm, we're either quick to cut it off or we're quick to beat the shit out you. Because there's some disrespect that goes beyond turning the cold shoulder. And an ass whooping nowadays can lead you in jail, so he kind of fell back from it a lot. Y'all have no idea that there's like 15 people that owe ass whoopings right now, and we've been knowing this for a long time, and that's why the connection is built into it. Once you finally see somebody that can hold that same type of value, and we ain't gonna lie, we learned that shit from our dads.
Bullshit.
So the things that our dads didn't perfect, they tried to perfect it in us. And whether we thought that they did it right or wrong, we know exactly what the fuck they meant. Right. When your dad told you not to be a goddamn follower, let me tell you, B, you're not a goddamn follower.
You're a goddamn follower. You're gonna be a leader.
And you wanna be a leader. And we implement that shit in day-to-day life. I don't give a fuck if I'm waking up in the morning and walking to the bus. I don't give a damn if I'm at work. I don't give a damn what the fuck is going on. I'm gonna hold the same damn standard every fucking time.
This is me.
That's me.
I might accommodate for what's going on, but I ain't changing
and
shit.
I just took you around the fucking world and came right the fuck back. You didn't even know it. You didn't know that shit.
You didn't know that shit was coming. That's there. That's the theme. You didn't know what the fucking theme was for the podcast? We're going all the way around the world and coming the fuck back. So you better be tuning the fuck in, because obviously we're going somewhere with this shit. But again, we literally, I don't even know who you are. But we got the best, and we're not going to sit here and waste your time.
Nope.
We're here to talk about any in every
Just
fucking
read the
thing.
title. You're getting exactly what's in the title.
Exactly what's in the title. We know what's going on. And you know what's crazy? We got our own mindset.
Yeah.
But we can relate to like 5 different ones separately. So really, you got like 10 minds sitting right here. You only got 2. Because we could bring up something, but we can relate to damn near anything that comes.
We're willing to adjust to anything. Somebody can come out here and tell us something that we just said. Our whole conversation could be completely wrong, and we're not dismissing it just because we're headstrong. No, we're willing to learn.
Willing is the word.
Willing is the word.
Key is the subject.
Key is the subject. Well, I mean, it's the turning point. If you think about a key, what do you do with it?
Oh.
Come on.
Whoa. Whoa.
You had a good one.
Why you do that to him?
And if you like any of this content that you're seeing right now, I want you to push that like button. Push that subscribe button. Get it out there. Seriously, man.
Even if you don't like it, make sure you tell somebody that you didn't like it. You might not have to hit the buttons, but make sure you open your mouth and let somebody know that you didn't like it. We're out of here. We've been here for a hell of a long time. Appreciate you stopping in, watching the video. We'll be back again next week, next Monday. This
is
Away in
Atlanta Lounge. Love your goddamn boy. Yeah. Watch yourself, though. I'm out of here. I'm leaving.